Welcome back to Valley View Live. It's Celebrity Chef Week here on Valley View Live. We are pleased to have Chef Rick Moonen from RM Seafood and RX Boiler Room here today. And he also brought his sidekick, Michael. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
So great to see you.
Thank you very much.
Now, Rick, congratulations. You've been in town for over 10 years.
Yeah.
And the secret, you think, is that you're always evolving and changing?
Oh, absolutely. You know, keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on and listen to what people are enjoying. Talk to your customers and be present. You know, that's what's important. You know, and I think that's what we've done really, really well. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary this month. So all month long, I'm pulling back old classics from the previous decade and then putting them in a little box. We're calling it a decade of delicious decadence. Ooh. And there's all sorts of really great stuff on there. You know, and you know what? Some of them may stay on the menu. It's a matter of feedback.
Well, give us an idea of some of these iconic dishes.
So funny you should ask.
And there's 10 of them, correct?
There are 10, of course. Decade. Everything's a 10s.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So this is everything crusted yellowfin tuna. Do you ever in New York bagels? You go to a bagel shop. You get a poppy seed bagel, a garlic bagel, an onion bagel, and everything crusted bagels. Everything mixed together. Put that on the outside of a tuna. Cook it till it's crispy. Serve it with ratatouille and some whole grains and a red pepper coulis. I don't know why we have
My goodness.
What else do you have?
the only.
Okay, that's one.
All right. Well, I brought my gumbo back.
Yay.
14-hour roux. You know, this thing is looks like shoe polish. You can ask Michael over here. You know, he's like, Moonen, what are you doing? I'm like, that's the secret of a good gumbo. Yeah.
Okay.
That gets the earthiness. You cook out the flour until it's just really, dark brown, mahogany.
Real velvety.
And that's where you get that earthy flavor to it. And then you add all this shellfish to it with okra and some filet powder, which is sassafras flower leaves. Crazy good. Yeah. Very, very popular. We're doing linguine with clam sauce with real clams from the ocean. You know, and what I have here, I'm going to show you in a second. These things are little parcels. These are just a little sample of a part of the ocean brought to you, and you get to open them up. You know, they're just like little, time capsules. Right. You know, and you can taste that. And clams do the same thing. When you steam open a fresh clam, it's got what they call umami. You know, makes your mouth water involuntarily. You just can't help it. You're like out of control. So delicious. Couple that up with some garlic, some extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of oregano, and some chili flakes. Throw it on a well-cooked pasta. Perfect dish. Awesome. Now, it takes a little longer because clams take a while to open up, but it's well worth the wait. We have what Michael's demonstrating over here is actually it's what is that, Michael? Kona Kampachi, which is a sustainable yellowtail relative that comes from Kona, Hawaii. And we sear the exterior of it with a little bit of Espelette pepper. Sear it, meaning like tataki style. Just means to just touch, right? So you're just touching the heat. So it's barely cooked. It's a raw dish with sea salt, avocado. What else you got on there, Michael?
We got some beautiful red grapefruit. We're gonna finish it with a little pickled Fresno chilies and a little micro cilantro and taro root.
Ooh, very nice, very fresh.
And
when you talk about sustainability, what do you mean for those folks who aren't familiar with that?
Well, sustainability, there's so many, I mean, we don't have enough time to really go through everything. I mean, there's overfishing, there's habitat destruction, you know, there's farming that can be great or not great. And the good news is some big companies are starting to do farming correctly. Thank God.
Wow.
You know, but I say it's just not taking an active role in supporting the demise of a species. Either we love it too much or, we have to expand our horizons and try some new stuff on it, and certain things like oysters are good for you all the time. These things actually help to clean our environment and they're good for us. So that's really very, very exciting.
Is this on your menu year round or is this for Valentine's
we always
week?
have oysters on our menu, but I want to show you. Are you in the mood to taste some oysters?
Yes.
Yeah? Sure? I'm just making sure.
All of us.
I don't want to jump on it.
Oyster trio.
You didn't see it yesterday.
This is called a cushy oyster, and that's a pretty good sample of one. You see how it just dips down there? Okay.
So
A
that's
West
how
Coast
you-
oyster,
Okay.
a Pacific oyster, generally has this latticey, frilly, petticoat type of frill on the outside of it, and you'll notice this doesn't. What they do is they take a Kumamoto oyster and they tumble it, like you're making gems, and it breaks off those little pieces. And the shell still has to grow, so it grows down, making a deeper, more luscious cup. So you really get the kushi, which translates to ultimate in Japanese. So you got the ultimate oyster. And what I have here, while I'm shucking, I'm going to show you. If you wish, you may help yourselves. These I just opened up a second or two ago. Look at how shiny they are.
Wow,
this is the best time of year to eat oysters, too. It's cold, the water's been cold, the oysters are stable.
Do you like your oysters plain or do you like things on it?
I like a little lemon. Generally speaking, that's how I like.
I like a little Tabasco sauce.
There you go.
So here we go.
Look at you!
She brings
You
herself
came
up.
prepared.
I have it on my desk.
That's
you not?
hysterical.
I have to have Tabasco on everything. So here we go.
Fair
If you
enough.
want a little kick.
Well, I
there
brought
you
you
go.
cocktail sauce,
Okay.
horseradish, shallots, and mignonette.
Maybe
But I
we
just
should-
like it with a little bit of lemon, personally.
Oh, yeah, let's
Okay.
get some there, too.
Oyster opening 101.
Okay,
You can
let's
use you can even use a can opener, just so it has a little tip on the end. How it's just sort of like a ski. See how that kind of clips up? So you got to get into the hinge, and the goal of the game is to get to the one. There's one muscle that holds the oyster together, and you see that dark spot?
Yep.
Yes.
That's where the muscle is located. So if you flip it over and you look at it the same way I'm doing this, that muscle is right there. So that's the goal. That's
So
where you
look
want to
for
end
the
up.
dark spot.
Well, not really. You have to know where it is. It's right here.
Okay.
On every oyster, and there's only one, so it shouldn't be that hard. So you got to protect your hand just in case you accidentally poke it. Get into the hinge, right, and just kind of hinge it up. So I just twisting your knife sideways, and now you go inside. I always wipe it in between because sometimes hidden in that little hinge can be a little bit of the ocean environment. Not bad for you, but I mean something that you just don't want to eat.
That's a lot
so
of
look,
work. So
see
we're
what I
gonna
just
let
did?
you do
I just kind of slid my knife in there.
Good job.
And now
Wow,
look,
that's a good
and
one.
you end up with this
my
absolutely
goodness.
perfect
I need
oyster.
another one.
So you
Now-
want something that has a deep bottom, you said, correct?
That's a deep. That's the
That's very
cushy oyster. Not all of them have that, but they did a great job of it. And I love this little bluish tinge around the outside. That is a gorgeous oyster.
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of gorgeous, as you've been showing us the oysters, Michael's been putting together an incredibly artistic dish there at the end of the table. Michael, tell us about that.
This is our Kona Kampachi tataki, which we have on our 10th anniversary menu at RM Seafood. Starts with Kona Kampachi, which is a yellowtail from Hawaii. Very good and high and fatty with omega-3, so it's good for the heart. We did that little seasonal local grapefruit, avocado. We did a little pickled Fresno chilies with a little micro cilantro, a little crispy tail root to give a little crispness to it.
It is gorgeous.
Behave
So
yourself.
that comes
Right.
If you behave
We're not going to fight
yourself.
amongst ourselves.
Now, yuzu emulsion around the outside, that's a Japanese citrus, and it's just amazing. It's super exotic in the world of citrus flavors, because it's like every citrus pushed into one fruit, and the juice in the middle isn't even existing. It's really, all the flavor comes from the oils that are in the exterior, the flesh. So you have to take that off, you have to make an infusion with it, and it just blows your mind when you get it all together.
We have to go. Is that
Fabulous?
fab, Ricky? Delicious.
All right, Ricky's eating, so I'm going to take this away. Rick Moonen's RM Seafood celebrates a decade of unforgettable culinary hits throughout the month of February. They're open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. For more information, call the number or check out the website right there on your screen. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Up next.